Welcome back to Be the Spark, a podcast for anyone craving a bit more light, meaning, and hope in the everyday messiness of life. I'm so glad you're here. Today's spark, a simple but powerful reminder. Broken crayons still color. Let me say that again. Broken crayons still color. And if you've ever felt worn out, chipped, cracked, chewed up by life, or even just set aside, this one's for you. Our grandkids spend a lot of time at our house, and they're 5 and 3 years old. And if you've ever had little ones running around, you know this. Crayons end up everywhere. Under couches, between cushions, in the car, stuck to the dog. Oh yeah. At our place, we've got just tubs of them. Some whole, some missing wrappers, others broken into tiny little stubs. Many of them totally unusable in our 5-year-old Abby's eyes. But one day, I picked up this teeny tiny crayon nub, one chewed on by our dog Rue, who clearly must have thought it was a grand baby snack, and I held it up. And I asked Abby, "Do you think this crayon can still color?" And she shook her head, smiled shyly, and said no. But you know what? We tried it anyway. And that tiny scrap of crayon made the brightest yellow sun on the page. Well, I'm telling you, man, her eyes lit up. And she said, "It still colors." Then she looked at me, and it said something that I'll just never forget. She said, "Gigi, little pieces are fun, and they made the best sun ever." Well, that became our art project for the day, using just broken pieces of crayon. And she ultimately took that beautiful picture home just like it was a prized treasure. Now, here's the deeper spark, I think, behind that story. There's a lot in life, right? A lot in life that breaks us. Grief, failure, regret, exhaustion, or just that feeling of not being enough, that I kind of talked about a little last episode. And sometimes we think, I'm too messed up to be useful, too far gone to be loved, too small to make any kind of a difference. But let me tell you something. That is not true. There's a beautiful passage from an ancient letter in the Bible, from Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10 that I love. It says, "We are God's handiwork, created for good work already prepared for us." And what's cool is that the word handiwork there, in the original Greek, it's poema, meaning like a poem or a piece of art. Poema, a masterpiece. So it doesn't say that we're factory made, right? All looking the same, exactly alike. No, it doesn't say we have to be pristine or perfect. It says we're lovingly, intentionally created, crafted. And here's what's even more stunning, I think. We're not masterpieces in spite of the mess. No, we are masterpieces in the midst of it all. Right in the mess of life. Right in the broken pieces that we are. And that keep finding and keep making in our lives. worn down, yes, chipped, cracked, sometimes chewed up. Even the pieces of ourselves that perhaps we've set aside or maybe even lose for a while. So today, if today you feel like that crayon stub, used up, set aside, or broken, please hear this. You are not too broken. You are not forgotten. You still color, and you still matter. Maybe you're grieving something that still aches. Maybe you're carrying shame from a past decision. Maybe you're just tired of just holding it all together. And I get that. Man, do I get that. So many of us do. But what if instead of waiting until you feel fixed or better, that you let yourself color anyway? Right? Not perfectly, not neatly inside the lines, but honestly, boldly, messily, beautifully. Because broken crayons still color. Oh man, there's such truth there. There's this line that I love that says, God doesn't just fix broken people. God creates with them, right? Oh, come on, just let that sink in a little bit. God doesn't just fix broken people. God creates with them. So God or spirit or grace or whatever word you use to name the divine doesn't just patch you up and send you out on your way. No, instead that sacred, beautiful presence co-creates beauty from your and my stories. Takes your scars and turns them into compassion. Right? Takes your wounds and turns them into wisdom. Takes your ordinary days and gives them extraordinary meaning. You are lovingly created for good work. And so am I. Because let me tell you, this is something I need to hear over and over and over again. This summer, a mission team from our community traveled to Appalachia, repairing homes, yes, but even more, they helped restore dignity and offered hope. They are, I believe, artists of grace. Not because they're perfect, but because they said yes. They said, we see the work already unfolding. We see the beauty and life, and we're willing to join in, ready and eager. Wow. So, what about you? You may not be packing a tool belt or repairing a home, but maybe the good work that's prepared for you looks like encouraging a friend who feels invisible, or listening to someone that no one else sees, writing a note, sharing your story, or just showing up. You don't have to be perfect to be purposeful. You just gotta show up, mess and all. You have to trust. Trust the masterpiece that is your life is still creating and is still also being created. So as you step into your week, I hope that you carry this spark. You are a messy masterpiece. Oh yeah, you are. Beautiful, whole, worthy, because you're willing. Your artistry in life is just waiting to be unleashed. So just ask yourself, what good work is already unfolding around me? And how can I join in, cracks, imperfections, and all? And then go. Go and color boldly. And let grace, not perfection, be what makes your masterpiece. Because you, my friends, still color. And this world, oh man, this world needs your color more than you can know. Well, as we close, not just this episode, but the entire Be the Spark series, I want to leave you with this. The world doesn't need perfect people. The world needs real ones. Right? People who are brave enough to show up with their whole hearts. People who are curious. People who are compassionate. People who want to do good. People willing to risk beauty, even in the mess. Willing to color, even when they feel broken. Friends, if you've been listening along, I hope you've caught the spark, the kind that nudges you to live more fully and love more freely and shine a little more boldly in your own corner of the world. And remember, you don't have to do something huge. You just have to take that next honest, courageous step. Maybe it's listening more closely. Maybe it's speaking just a little bit more kindly. Maybe it's trusting that you matter just as you are. Or maybe it's helping someone else believe that they matter too. You know what? You're not alone. You're not. And you're not too late. And you are never, never too broken to bring light. So, go ahead. Live. Sparked by grace. Spark someone else's courage. And wherever you are, whatever you do, be the spark.